Namaste and welcome to this whole new episode on Fertility India. So, are you planning for a pregnancy this 2021? Don't you want to know the best way to go about it? If you are someone who has just decided to start a family or someone who is also on fertility treatment and you want to optimize your fertility, these facts will definitely help improve your chances of pregnancy and reduce your time to pregnancy. So here are the questions you ask yourself. 1. Am I aware how long does it usually take to get pregnant? 2. How do I calculate the fertile period to have intercourse? 3. How often should I have intercourse? 4. Do I have any medical problem which I need to check on and get corrected before I start trying? If you have thyroid issues, diabetes, hypertension or any other medical problem for which you are taking treatment or have taken treatment in the past, it is better to see your doctor and get a clearance from them that you are healthy enough to start trying to conceive. And 5. Are you aware about how you can improve your lifestyle? Because introducing certain good habits to both yours and your partner's routines can boost your chances of getting pregnant. If you don't know the answer to any one of these questions, stay tuned. So let's start with some basic facts. At what age does a woman's ovaries start aging? Now, women are born with all the eggs they ever have. As a woman gets older, her egg supply begins to reduce and the ones that remain aren't as healthy. That is, fertility naturally declines with age. So, the effect of age on the egg starts after the age of 35. Another important point to note is that a man's fertility is also affected after the age of 50 as per data scientists and research. So, what are the chances of pregnancy in the first 1 year of trying? Maximum chances exist in the first 3 months. 80% are pregnant in the first 6 months of trying and 95% are pregnant in the first 1 year of marriage. So remember, if you are a woman less than 35 years of age, give yourself 1 full year's time to try and try consistently every month during the fertile period. And if you're not conceiving after 1 full year of trying, is a good idea to consult a fertility specialist to understand what's going wrong. Now, if you are 35 years plus, then you try consistently for 6 months, and if you're not pregnant in 6 months of trying, again you need to consult a fertility specialist. Now, let's understand how to calculate the fertile period. It is a myth that a woman can get pregnant any time of the month. The fact is that a woman can only get pregnant on few days during her menstrual cycle. So, we are talking about the fertile window, the days in a woman's menstrual cycle when pregnancy is possible. The fertile window depends on the length of the menstrual cycle, which varies among women. The fertile window is the day an egg is released from the ovary, which is called ovulation, and 5 days before this, when the couple have intercourse, it is the best time and best chance of getting pregnant. Why is it so? Because eggs and sperm only live for a short time. Sperms live for around 2 to 3 days and eggs can only be fertilized for around 24 hours after being released from the ovary. Now, the eggs and sperm need to come together at the right time for fertilization to happen to create an embryo. Now, there are some facts about timing. Your most fertile days are the 3 days leading up to and including the day of ovulation. So, when you know your average menstrual cycle length, you can work out when you ovulate. Now, ovulation happens around 14 days before your period starts. So, if your average menstrual cycle is 28 days, you ovulate around day 14 and your most fertile days are day 12, 13 and 14. If your average menstrual cycle is 35 days long, ovulation happens on day 21 and your most fertile days are day 19, 20 and 21. If you have shorter cycles, say 21-day cycles, ovulation might happen around day 6 or 7 and your fertile days are then 3 days earlier. Some women have very irregular cycles and find it difficult to work out an average cycle length, and this can make it harder to work out when ovulation happens. So it is better this woman has intercourse every 2 to 3 days so that it covers all bases and improves your chances of getting pregnant. Remember, there's almost no chance of getting pregnant if you have intercourse before or after the fertile window. Now let's understand frequency of intercourse. What is optimum? There are certain misconceptions and there is facts based on scientific evidence. A misconception, one of the common misconceptions is abstinence intervals greater than 5 days is good. The fact is that a longer abstinence interval may adversely affect sperm counts. Another misconception is frequent ejaculations decrease male fertility. The fact is that semen quality and sperm concentrations and motility remain normal even with daily ejaculations. Another misconception is daily intercourse decreases the chances of pregnancy, but the truth is that there is better pregnancy rates when there was daily intercourse compared to intercourse which is less frequent on alternate days. Another commonly asked question is, what if we have intercourse once a week? What are the chances? Then the likelihood of success decreases to around 15% per cycle. So now that you know how long you need to keep trying, how often you need to try, when you need to try, the next aspect to check is, if you have any medical problems like anemia, thyroid imbalance, diabetes, hypertension, etc., it is better to see your physician or endocrinologist and get a clearance from them that you are healthy enough to start trying to conceive. Often we feel things are out of our hands and we have no control over them. Of course, some of that is true, but then there are always elements we can control, like our mindset, our lifestyle, our behavior and general response to life. So let's see what are the 9 fertility habits you must be including into your routine at least a couple of months before you start trying, and also continue when you start trying. So let's see what are the 9 fertility habits you must be including into your routine at least a couple of months before you start trying, and also when you are trying. Now this is an important part of your fertility journey. Habit number 1 is begin to have a fertility friendly diet. Now details of this we will dwell in another episode, but the general basic rules is have healthy fruits, vegetables, avoid processed foods and avoid junk food. Remember, every time you eat or drink, you are either feeding the disease or fighting it. Habit number 2 is to include regular exercise in your routine. You need to manage your weight, that is, you need to normalize your weight. If you're overweight, you need to work at losing your extra kilos, and if you're underweight, you need to improve your weight so as to optimize fertility. Now, the WHO recommends 300 minutes of moderate intensity workouts per week. Now, habit number 3 is you need to cut down on your alcohol, on your caffeine, on smoking, and on tobacco chewing, because we know all these habits cause an accumulation of certain chemicals and toxins in your blood, and this can affect the egg and the sperm quality, indirectly affecting your fertility. Another habit which you need to develop is drinking enough water. You need to drink at least 3 to 4 liters of water on a daily basis. Habit number 5 is see to it that you have a regular, consistent, undisturbed sleep pattern, because we know that lack of sleep impacts your chances of taking home a healthy baby. Men who sleep less than 6.5 hours have reduced semen volume, lesser number of sperm. Similarly, inadequate sleep in a woman can alter hormonal levels and cause irregular menstrual cycle. So you need to aim for 7 to 8 hours of undisturbed sleep. Now, habit number 6 is a digital detox. Create an environment that is dark, quiet, clean, comfortable and conducive to restorative sleep. This includes switching off your televisions, computers or any other device at least 1 to 2 hours before bedtime, because we know the bright light exposure is known to delay sleep onset by suppressing the natural production of melatonin, which also affects the egg quality. Habit number 7 is it is very important for the couple to be supportive of each other's journey. That is, you need to have a good, healthy, supportive relationship. Take it slow and steady. Habit number 8, practice mindfulness, yoga, meditation, whatever makes you happy, whatever you connect with. Some quiet me time always helps in remaining positive and calm. Habit number 9 is have positive distractions. Do what you love to do. Have something, a hobby, do something which makes your spirits soar high. So you see, when you mind your food, when you mind your body, when you mind your thoughts, when you mind your sleep, your hormones get balanced and function optimally. And finally, 2 last things I want to talk about what most women do wrong. They compare their fertility journeys to their friends, their sisters, their relatives, their neighbors. Remember, your journey is unique. Don't get discouraged by success of others. This might take you a little bit more time, but this is not a fastest finger first game you're playing here, nor is there a trophy at the end of the road which you're going to get if you get pregnant faster than your sister-in-law. You are creating a life inside you. Be patient. Make your own path, don't give up, because this is not the end of something, it's the beginning of a new chapter in your life and you want to do it right, not for anyone else's sake but for your own sake and for your partner's sake. Another common stress factor which we see in young couples is the immense emotional pressure they are under because of their parents, their relatives constantly bombarding them with questions as to what is wrong or blaming one of the partners for pregnancy not happening. This is very traumatic for the couple, and it is almost always it causes emotional disturbances, mood swings, eating disturbances, bad habits start forming while they are trying, and it makes the whole wonderful process of making a child otherwise a big torture, because they are more concerned about what others have to say rather than the process itself. I have patients who bounce and settle down elsewhere where parents are nowhere in the picture, just so that they can get away from hearing the same questions and same accusations day in and day out. I have patients who don't attend even a single social gathering and isolate themselves just because they're getting embarrassed and feel awkward and insulted by the questions being thrown at them. So here's a word of advice to the family of young couples who have started their fertility journey. Be supportive of them. don't play the blame game. It only worsens their chances because they are already under a lot of pressure. Don't keep questioning them about the result every month. They themselves will tell you when the time is right what they have to tell you. And of course, if you are not conceiving at the end of the prescribed time, you don't have to walk this path alone. There is always help at the end. There are doctors like us, fertility specialists. We are here to help you find direction and clarity about your fertility and help you figure out how we can reach your dream of having a child together. Thank you for watching Fertility India.